Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. And this time we are back for some more league racing action around Baku. And God help us all around this terrible circuit on this F1 game. But let's hope we can deliver a good result. It's always good to get these tracks out the way in the first couple of rounds so you can make up for it later on in the season. But you know, this is just one of those tracks which is rather tricky. I think everybody kind of struggles at it really, because you need a bit of luck and hit the walls as well. So, here are the driver standings after the last round, in case you missed it in the last video. Oliver Knott leads, myself in second, and that was just the results of Spain. So it is quite an interesting championship order as it stands. We're obviously in a comfortable position sitting in P2, but it's round one. Championship time won on the first round, you know, or lost. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see. And now just come to the end of our outlap now and just come around on the main straight and opening DRS, going under the Qatar Airways sign. Start to use a little bit of the battery, down to 96%. Again, you're just really braking just before the curb starts. Chuck the car in, make sure you get close to that inside curb. You can use a little bit of the outside curb as well, braking where that gap is really to me. Flick the car in, use that curb and help rotate the car. Get a good exit as well.
Safe.
Carried the speed through there. It wasn't terrible, but wasn't great, as you hear myself say. Now this is probably a pretty tricky braking point. Use a shadow on the floor. Completely missed that apex and then nearly go into the wall. And again, missed the apex once again. It's just a common theme on my hot laps. Again, using all the track available to you. That was a nice line through the left and right, and get on the power nice and early. Again, this part of the circuit is really tricky. It's the castle section coming up now. Really famous Jack West clip, if you know what I mean, is just here. But yeah, again, we tackled that quite nicely. Gone up the hill decently. Could have been better once again. And then it's through this long left. Use a little bit of the battery. But again, you're in medium here, and then switch it into none. Chuck the car in, clip that inside curb. Don't hit the wall, but in case somebody reports you, you can get a quali ban. Again, chuck the car in, through the penultimate corner. Well, there's a few more corners, but you know, proper corners, shall we say. Then through the left, through the right, and then you're just burning the whole way up to the line. It's a very long lap around Baku.
P20.
Open DRS. Keep burning the battery. Hope and pray for a good lap. And we go provisionally on pole with 137.3. Again, it was a really, really scruffy lap from ourselves, but somehow we're up there. And we'll take it.
Second lap, hopefully, somewhere else.
And as you can hear me say, starting our second lap now, we drop down to P3 for the time being.
Fortunate stuff at Tom.
But once again, this track is just so long, and you've got to be so precise, and you've got to have a little bit of luck as well. That mistakes do happen around here, and Baku really does punish you for them. Braking later again and carrying more speed through the corner, up by nearly half a tenth. Braking late again, didn't clip as much curb this time, and the exit wasn't as clean in my opinion. Again, putting the battery down to 75%, before chucking the car in to turn 3. Much better this time, but we hit the wall, and I can confirm I did
Replacing if it takes too much damage.
Did get front wing damage, as you could hear Jeff say there.
Slightly too early.
We just turned in, like I say, there slightly too early, and that's the lap over, unfortunately. And we're on for a good lap there, and that's, you know, you've got to take risks around Baku, and unfortunately on this occasion we got punished. So now we're down into P8. It's not looking good at this point in time, but yeah, you gotta put it to one side. You've got to be like a Premier League goalkeeper. If you make a mistake, you just got to forget about it and move on. But it's always playing in the back of your mind now, because you're down in P8. You've got to deliver a good lap time here. We'll go into turn 1. It's safe. We've broken too early, like I've said, but we've got a good exit. Chucking it into turn 2, we've gone really wide, hit the wall, and now we're just massively down. We're 20,000s up somehow, but we could have been so much further up on our delta. Chugging the car into turn 3, don't hit the walls this time. But we do carry the speed through it nicely. Again missing in that apex. This is huge time loss. We're up by a 10th though, and we've just got to keep the car flowing nicely. Not too bad through turns 5 and 6, but it could have been a much better line again. But we're up by a 10th and a half somehow. Didn't cut the inside of that enough, and you can just see we've got punished for it. We've lost a whole 10th through there. Castle section's been really, really poor. And again, we're just getting punished for it, and we could have been up by maybe 2.5 tenths here quite comfortably. But our middle sector has really, really let us down. Again, this part of the circuit can be quite tricky, but we've done alright, but we broke too early and we haven't carried the speed through. We're only up by a 10th, and we need more time, and we're not finding it. In fact, we're going to lose more on the exit here, and it's just not going to be good enough for Ryan Jacobs. It is just being really, really poor. And you just hear the sigh from ourselves, and as you hear us say, we'll be lucky to be in the top 5 here. Are we going to? We're going up to provisional P2, and that will do us nicely there. But I can say we finish in P6, and although that doesn't sound terrible, it really isn't, but it makes your life so much harder around Baku, and it is such a tricky track to overtake at, and strategy is more key than anything I would say around here. But yeah, congratulations to Rafi, our FVR teammate, on pole position. There is a lobby restart because Bennett in P2 got a 5 place grid penalty.
3 pints
but
of water.
Onto the race now, and it is a 2-stop strategy. It's going to be medium, hard, hard. The mediums do dive really quickly around here. So you kind of want to just get rid of them as quick as you possibly can in that regard, and then get onto the hards, which lasts quite a long time. So don't be surprised if you see some early pit stops. We're going to be aiming for 5 or 6 around here, but it's going to be 5 red lights, and away we go for the Baku Grand Prix. And it's not really a good start for us at all. We've got a Ferrari on our outside, and he's going to try and stick it around. Can he do so? He's going to seemingly back off. We're in a good position to keep him behind, and that is us sticking put for now. But again, these opening laps, people like to get aggressive. Our teammate Tom97 looking to make moves in the background as well, and as you can hear, there's a lot of fudding around, and it seems to me there's been an incident, and Spezzy has retired, and that is the virtual safety car deployed.
Keep a positive delta.
You okay?
I need a safety car.
Oh fuck.
I don't have a week.
What happened? Did you go for a move?
Okay, safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. With the safety car out, this is a good opportunity to pit. We'll be a bit longer than planned on the next tyres, but we can make it work. Just remember, we'll probably lose track position.
I'm going to watch what these cars in front of me do. If they are boxing, I'm going to follow, because I would only be pitting the next few laps anyway, so this might be a free pit stop for me.
Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Okay, cool.
I didn't get too bad of a start. I was quite aggressive. I tried to make a few things work. I tried to go through a ridiculous gap on the straight out turn 2, and I got sandwiched. So it was like a huge airplane crash. But I tried to go for it.
I wonder what the stewards are saying.
Huh?
What's happened?
Okay, no. I just got put in the wall. I could have easily been left there, but that was Casper who's got up in this guy.
Oh god.
What?
Right, so just before I just let you hear me talking to Tom there and just hearing what happened on his end. It was really, really unfortunate. He went 4 wide at one point, and you're like, oh bloody hell, it's gonna not end well, and unfortunately it did not. It wasn't due to the 4 wide incident. Somebody, I think it was Spezzy, went into the wall, and then Tom unfortunately went into the back of him because he had nowhere to go being on the outside line. It was very unfortunate, and yeah, there's a safety car on lap 1. That's the first one of the season. but it was just destined to happen at Baku because of the nature of the circuit and the drama of it as well. So we'll take that. Not bad at all in my opinion, but
caught him by it.
yeah, it was the world's longest safety car, by the way, and I don't know if it was just because it was glitched or, you know, people were doing something, but it was ridiculously long. But the safety car is now in this lap. We skipped on to it
It's gone.
on lap 4, and let's just see what we can do with this now, because yeah, we've got to go forward. We will be pitting again, obviously, and we go into the back of the Haas in front of us, and Jonas, I believe, on the right hand side, I can't really see his name tag, but I think it is him, and he goes around the outside. It's a really nice move from him on cold tyres, by the way. We keep it clean, side by side, a little bit of wheel banging, but that's okay, and we've got the better straight line speed set up, and we go past him into P11, but there was a big thud there in the background. You can just hear the cars behind being super aggressive.
Up to speed, braking super late.
And you can hear me complaining a little bit there, but the logic of what I'm saying there is spot on, because people are treating this opening lap like it's the final lap when they're on ice cold hards, because we were on these hards for so long under the safety car. They just became super cold, and you've got less grip when that occurs as well. But yeah, just watch the Red Bull behind. He is going to be very, very aggressive in these opening few laps, and I guess you've got to be around Baku to get moves done, and it's the nature of this game as well. It's not just slipstream and passing, it is just, you know, you've got to send it, and you've got to be super close to the car in front if you want any chance of making a move. And around Baku it is certainly a challenge, but that was it for that lap, and it was very, very interesting to say the least, because we could have easily ended up with damage because of the cars behind bumping up and closing up, but we managed to keep our car out of trouble, and we're just going to settle into this stint now and stay behind Sivo in front of us, who's again a really quick driver and has some really strong pace around here. So when you know it's not going to be your day, sometimes you just got to stick behind these quicker drivers and try and really follow them through. And the race pace around here really wasn't optimal, and I think for me it was just more of a fact I didn't do enough race practice around here. And when you don't do that practice, it does come to haunt you, I think, because you've got to balance out quali and race, because even if you're a bit weaker on the quali side, I think if you're stronger in the race, it will always be a deficit. But as you can see, the virtual safety car has been deployed. And it is our teammate Tom97 who has unfortunately ended up in the wall, and that would be his race done and dusted from there. It was just, he just lost his whole front wing, and
I locked the front, I went straight on.
Yeah.
My tyres weren't cold from what I can tell. I have no idea how that happened.
And you can just hear him there explaining how it happened. He tried to go around the outside of Formula Car and then just locked his fronts, and bang, that's his race done. But as you can see, we skip onto the end of the virtual safety car, and a few laps further, Sivo in front of us crucially got past this medium runner of Alessandro Finn, and it's critical for our race now that we get past him as well, because if we can stick on to Sivo, we can follow him along, and he can just keep dragging us along every single lap. But if Alessandro Finn loses the DRS when we get past him, it's massively going to affect our race, because Sivo has got the pace to push on and drop us, and we probably will not catch him because of our raw pace today is just not on the same level as his. But we have got some quick drivers behind us who are properly fighting, and they've now lost the DRS to myself. So again, it is just a really interesting battle in this regard. Should I have been more aggressive on that move? Most likely, yes, but I thought he had just maybe enough pace and grip to maybe stick within the DRS, and look at our ERS percentage. We're up to 65%, so we have enough to, in theory, catapult ourselves onto Sivo. But again, every corner that passes by, he is just pushing on, and look at how much Alessandro Finn is struggling here, and I really think this is a mistake on his behalf as well, defending into turn 1 and just not letting us go, because it affected his race because he lost the DRS here, and it affected our race because we lost touch to Sivo, you know. But yeah, it's one of those things which you can't really control, and he has every right to defend the position as well, but it's a bit frustrating. And now look at that, we've had to burn so much of the battery, and it's down to 1.2, so if we have the pace here we should get back within touch and distance off his DRS, but I can confirm we just don't have it, and it might have been just a setup, or it might have been just I put it down to my pure pace rather than the car, because again, you could have given me a rocket ship of the setup and I still would have been struggling today, and it's just one of those days where you just got to accept it more than anything. But skipping on to lap 14 now, this is the lap we will be boxing. We are the only ones really left out to pit again, I do believe.
Okay, keep an
but
eye on that gap ahead,
in this
please.
situation,
3.0 seconds.
we've just stayed out way too long. We've got this. We've done the opposite of Spain. We've got a bit longer and just optimised for the better tyres towards the end. But again, it's just pointless. It's a bit like, again, it's like Spain. You're better off prioritising track position, because these hards just last for so long. But coming into the pits now, we take it rather safe. We don't really push too hard, making sure we don't speed. Don't want a crucial 10-second penalty, which would just kill our race really, and that's not what you want to do at all. So yeah, coming into the pits now, doing the stop, getting a good release.
Go. That was a
Job done,
fantastic
but let's
stop,
just see where we
faster than
come out.
expecting. Look after these
And we're
tyres
just
now, it
right
will finish
behind the
race in
Ferrari
this
and the Mercedes of Lorenz. We critically get in front of the Red Bull, but we have no battery to defend, and he has more battery than us, so he's going to just zoom past. We're on cold hards as well, so we're going to have to concede the position and just stick behind him for a lap. Again, very frustrating, because now we're 3 places behind where we were. All these guys have undercut us, and we've got to somehow move forward from this. We've hit the wall, and that could have been slight wing damage, but I think we got away with it. And these are the mistakes which can really, and I mean really, just cost you dearly. We're out the points at this point, and we qualified P6, remember, and we're now down in P14, and it makes you think we should have just been more aggressive and just pushed onwards. But a poor qualifying really puts you on the back foot, and it really just changes your strategy as well, because you want to obviously finish as high as you possibly can. And yeah, it's a tough outlap this, but the hards finally were starting to click around about here, and then yeah, it's all about just saving the battery up as well, and then pouncing at the right time. Again, Baku is just one of those tracks where it is just painfully long, and you're just driving forever, it feels like, just to complete one lap. So yeah, skipping on now to lap 17, and we're right behind the Red Bull in front, and he did, I believe, go for a move the lap before on Lorenz here, and has burnt a lot of his battery. You can just see him struggling now with the exit, and we have saved our battery, and that means it will be an easy pass now for us on this main straight, because he just simply will not have enough battery to defend compared to us. We even turned it off, just went into medium at one point because we were that confident, but down to 20%, we'll stop there, easy pass, and that's all it is around Baku. So when somebody goes for a move, you need to just save the battery for that lap, because then you can overtake that person on the very next lap on the main straight, because that is literally just how it works. You've just got to play a game of chess really, or you know, just let them attack, and then just be really, really smart with how you decide to go for the next person in front of you. But now we've got Lorenzo in front of us. Remember, we do have better tyres than all these guys around us, so we really do need to utilise it while we can, and not be rather silly with it as well. Getting really nice lines through here, and we're just applying that pressure to Lorenz, and I think he still does have that wing damage as well, so it is again critical for us just to really put him under pressure and just make sure he maybe cracks under it as well. But again, Lorenzo's one of those drivers which doesn't really crack under pressure. He was fighting for the championship all the way up to the final round last season. So yeah, again, he's a very smart driver as well, and he knows how to place the car in the right place. But you can just see him struggling again in this middle sector, and we've really just got to pounce again. He goes wide and deep, and this could really present a good opportunity for us just to burn the battery and just breeze past him on the straight once again, just like we did to the Red Bull, because again we just got the better tyres, we can follow him more closely. He's having to use more battery as a result. He slightly defends it, but doesn't make it too difficult. We're just burning the battery when I don't think we really need to there. So that's a mistake again on our behalf, and with the reduced harvesting it's a bit stupid. And now we just see the Alpine in front of us make a mistake. He's got wing damage and the Red Bull cruises past. And look what happens here. The Alpine backs off, which is fine, but I didn't want to try and go around his outside there. It was a mistake on my part. Me and Lorenzo now side by side. I brake later and leave him just enough room on the inside. Brilliant side by side racing. And I brake a bit too late and I put him in the wall. And I hold my hands up. That is 100% on my side. We let Lorenz back through because that was just really poor from us. He lost a position from that. And yeah, now the Red Bull goes through, but you just see me going side by wiggling just to say I'm sorry basically, and didn't mean it. And I apologised to Lorenz after the race, and he said it was fine. He had damage anyway. Yeah, it just wasn't a clean race, right? And yeah, that's just one of those things. And skipping on now to lap 21. Still stuck behind Lorenz here, and it's just one of those days where you just know you don't have the pace around a circuit, but we are going to be able to make the move now on Lorenz, who has unfortunately lost DRS. It's an easy pass for us, and we're having to burn more of the battery to try and slingshot ourselves onto the back off the Red Bull in front of us. And you can just see going massively deep there, and we did that a number of times around here, and thankfully the Red Bull decides to make a mistake, and that gives us an opportunity now to get within his DRS. And yeah, now skipping on to the end of lap 22, we've got pressure from the Haas behind us, and this will be an interesting battle because he's on fresh medium tyres compared to our old hard tyres. So we go defensive into turn 1, brake late-ish, but we leave enough room. He hits us, well, we hit him and he hits us. Going side by side, bit of wheel banging on the straight, and he's wheel hooking us a little bit there just to make sure we can't get a good exit. But look at the grip he's got there, and look at the switchback he's done. Give him a little squeeze, making sure make it harder for him, but he is, you know, hitting into us, and he goes down the inside. Super clean move, braking super late. That's a really nice move from the Haas. But again, he's got wing damage, so although he's got better grip right now, with the wing damage he's got, you can hear me moaning, but they are going to fall off a cliff in a second. You know, I give it one more lap and he'll start to struggle, so we'll get back past him. I can tell you that now because it's pretty obvious just how bad the medium tyres are. So although they're good in regard to the first few laps, they just drop off a cliff. And yeah, thank you very much to that guy following there, much appreciated. You probably don't even know this YouTube channel exists, but yeah, thank you very much. Clip the car into this corner here once again. You just want a good exit every single time. It'll be interesting to see our battery compared to his as well, because he used a lot on the main straight, we used a lot on the main straight and the second one as well. So again, it'll just test our straight line speed. You can just see he has to lift because of the wing damage he's got, and he's already out of ERS compared to us, so it's going to be an easy pass. He's going to defend this, just give us a squeeze. But what's the point? We're easily getting past you, pal. Park it in the middle. Nice clean move. And now we sit behind, crucially, on the end of these 2 laps, because there's no point in us trying to push on and get, you know, P8 properly here, because we're not going to do it.
Seriously.
And you can hear me saying fuck off and everything because I'm getting annoyed here. The Haas just puts himself in the wall because he's trying to go around the outside. That was not on me. I even watched her back. We left him just enough space, but he was not going around my outside there. No way. So now we crucially are just going to save all the battery through here, because we just need to have enough for this last lap. That is going to be the crucial part, not lap 25, the last lap, because these two ahead are going to be scrapping away like absolute idiots instead of just thinking ahead. So yeah, on to lap 26 now.
Okay,
The Red Bull gets in front, the Ferrari, sorry, gets in front. And now you can tell these two are going to go at it. Well, we're going to sit back and just save the battery for the final straight, because there is absolutely 0 point joining in on them on this fight. We're just going to use a little bit just to make sure we don't get dropped. But you can see we're already up to 55%, and I can tell you now they're probably on 20, if that. So we have 30 probably % more than these guys, maybe even 40. And when it comes to the final straight, we'll have around 80 to 90. So we can just burn that the whole way compared to them, because we've just been so much more conservative with our battery use. Whereas if you look at the driver in front, he is trying to stick as close as he possibly can to the car in front, because he knows he can get a good run. But he makes a crucial mistake there, hitting the wall. So he's going to use more of the battery here, while we're chilling on 90%. So again, we've nearly got a full battery, and when you have this advantage, you're planning ahead. You know what these guys are doing in front of you, so just be patient, because the next lap you will get them, or in our case, on the very final lap. So yeah, it's another poor exit from him, and at this point I knew he had around 30 to 40%, and that would not be enough to keep us at bay. So even though he's got DRS and ERS, he's already ran out here, whereas we've got 30%. So we're going to be closing and closing and closing and closing. It's going to be an easy pass up to the line. Job's a good one. Thank you very much, P8.
Knew I'd get one. Knew I'd get.
And yeah, it was.
Strategy. Why did I pit? What an absolute brain dead decision.
And as you can hear me say, absolutely brain dead. It wasn't a good day at the office, unfortunately, for us. From P6 to P8, that's not what you want. But it's points. Even on a terrible round, it's points. And as you can see, this is the driver standings after Baku, and it is us down into P4. So not great, but it will do. On 15 points, it's not the end of the world. We're still in that championship fight, which is crucial. You know, Rafi now moves up into the lead after a really strong performance there, and Bennett moves up into P2. So again, every round it's crucial just to pick up points so we can just stay consistent, and consistency is key. And yeah, our teammate Tom in P10 as well. So again, you know, you can have these bad rounds, but you just got to move forward. We both knew, me and Tom, that Baku would be a rubbish one for the pair of us, but when you know these things, you just need to get points, and that's the crucial thing about it. Not win, not podium, just get points, because later on in the season they'll do you massive favours, even if you know you don't like the track, you know. So yeah, that will be it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a longer video, but yeah, Baku's just a longer track, so yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Next video will be Austria. I'll be live again Thursday for Psgl. So see you then. Bye bye.